I'm going to be talking about the impacts of the microplastics present in your personal care products for this environment and health. So, we're going to be talking about the microplastics. How many of us know that our personal care products that are using on daily basis, such as the toiletries, the bath products, the moisturizers, sunscreens, everything has microplastics in them, and the kind of environmental damage it can make to our planet. This is the sector-wise plastic waste generation that happens with packaging industry, ranks highest of plastic waste generation. Next follows the textile and construction and the consumer products. Well, and the last one is others, which include the hospital waste, biomedical waste, automobile waste, etc. So all these plastic wastes that get generated from these industries end up in our oceans, which takes about like 900 odd years to completely degrade, but actually it does not degrade completely. It degrades as microplastics in the landfills in the ocean bed, which gives rise to a lot of issues, which I'll be explaining in this session for you. A little stats about the plastic waste generation in the 2016 that the survey has been done, and United States ranks first in per capita as well as millions of metric tons. So India comes second, and the microplastics present in our personal care products are huge and invisible to our eyes, which I'm going to be opening up to you for your awareness now. So it all starts with the waterproof makeup and the skincare products that we use. So when it is a waterproof makeup, it is made of plastics, a kind of polymers that do not degrade in natural soil or natural water. So the examples are your liquid matte lipsticks, your nail polishes, the foundation, and cleansers. How does a cleanser have a plastic in it? Have you all seen your toothpastes and some of shower gels and cleansers having micro beads in them? They are microplastics, which degrade into nanoplastics, which can actually enter your cell membrane and reach the inside of your cell. It can penetrate your cell membrane and reach inside each of your cell, which can do more harmful damages that all of us can ever imagine. It can even alter your genes. The coral reefs, beautiful, aren't they? They only contribute about 0.1 percentage of our ocean globally now. Most of them are endangered. They are highly endangered species of our planet. What is the relevance between microplastics and coral reefs and tsunamis and floods? I'll tell you what. These coral reefs protect our shorelines by absorbing the ocean currents and preventing high tides and tsunamis, flooding, storms, etc. So they act as a barrier between the land and the disasters that happen in the ocean. So they prevent these ocean-based disasters from entering into the landmass. And the functions of the coral reefs are, they shelter about 25 to 30% of the living organisms in the ocean, the marine organisms. And coral reefs can only live in a pH level of about 8 to 8.4, which is completely endangered now because the acidity of our ocean is rapidly increasing, dangerously increasing, because of the personal care products that we are using, which goes as effluents and mixes into the ocean. The overall acidity of the ocean is increasing rapidly, which is not only affecting the coral reefs, it is affecting the entire marine organisms inside. And these coral reefs first originated 485 million years ago. For up to 300 million years, they were just fine, living happily under ideal conditions. But after which, the conditions started becoming very challenging for these coral reefs to survive. They are sheltering so many marine organisms, and they provide nutrition to so much of marine organisms with a diversified species underwater. And they also act as a water filter, natural water filter, which filters up a lot of particulate matters from entering into the ocean, from the landmass. So these are the functions of our beautiful, beautiful coral reefs, which only constitute about 0.1 percentage of our planet. And what are the products that actually harm the coral reefs and directly affect its growth and degrades them are the main cause of degradation happens from the chemicals found in our sunscreen. So half of our tourists, at least, yeah, not half, at least more than 70% of tourists who visit beaches go into the beach wearing the sunscreen lotion. And it has been found, and many countries have banned these chemicals from being formulated and being incorporated into the sunscreen lotions that are available in the market, right? These are very harmful chemicals that directly degrade the coral reefs. They get into the cells of these coral reefs and damage them permanently, leaving them dead forever. So, as I already said, the tsunamis and storms could be prevented if we had healthy coral reefs in our shorelines. And what are the microplastics that we are looking into our personal care products? The acrylates are nothing but polymers that do not degrade. These chemicals that I've listed here are the widely used chemicals present in our personal care products that do not degrade in our environment naturally. They need a specialized biotreatment to get them degrade, but that doesn't happen in our natural environment. So these are the chemicals that you have to look for at the back of your label of your products. Avoid making further damage. And what are the products that have extremely high levels of endocrine disrupting chemicals that act as our health hazard? That is, we throw plastics into the oceans, and these plastics end up in the oceans as microplastics, and they further degrade into nanoplastics and enter the cells of the coral reefs. It is eaten by the coral reefs, thinking that these microplastics are their zooplanktons. Coral reefs feed on zooplanktons, but they mistake these microplastics to be zooplanktons, and they feed on it, leaving their gut totally damaged and their digestive system damaged, and leaving them, starved to death. And these coral reefs are again eaten by other marine organisms, and those fishes are caught by us and we eat them. So it is a circle of karma. So we are the ones who have contaminated our oceans, and at the end of the day, we are the ones who consume our contaminants in a different form. Okay? So how are we ending up having health hazards because of the plastics that we throw into the oceans is explained from the endocrine disrupting chemicals that these microplastics absorb and retain into them for years and years. And when these plastics are ingested into our digestive systems, these endocrine disrupting chemicals that are present that got absorbed into these microplastics get again accumulated into our bodies, thus causing endocrine disruption in our body. Endocrine glands are responsible for all the hormones that are running inside us, which are responsible for our mind, body, wellness. If you see the products, when I mean personal care products, right from your perfumes, the laundry detergents, the laundry conditioners, floor cleaners, bathroom cleaners, and your cleansers, your microbeads, exfoliants present in your cleansers, the toothpaste, sunscreen, your sanitary napkins, and shampoos. All these have endocrine disruptors in it. So when the final destination of these ingredients is the ocean. So how can we look at it into stage by stage? Where, let me explain how these chemicals end up in our final product. Because as consumers, how can we prevent such incidents in future? Let me tell you how it is being used. First, it all starts with the formulators. When I'm formulating my products, I'm buying my raw materials. For example, just imagine if I'm using retinoid. I'm like, if it is in the form of direct retinoid or any natural form. And if I'm going to use some herbal product, or if I'm going to use some actives that are not available or manufactured in the city where I'm right now. Like for example, I'm in Chennai. If I do not get materials that are required to make my products, these products are not available in Chennai, then I'll have to purchase these raw materials from elsewhere, like Bombay, Delhi, even abroad. Like for example, if it is some kind of a wild berry that is only grown and cultivated in Africa, I'll have to import these berries from Africa and make sure that, I extract the compounds present in them and then use it in my products. Why? The problem starts there. I'll tell you how much of plastics go into there. That if you're getting your raw materials to prepare your products in Chennai from Africa or Australia, Australia or Switzerland or New Zealand, what is the point? It comes with a 25 grams of your raw material comes with a minimum of 500 grams of plastic packaging. You can cut it down there. You can manufacture your products with the locally sourced raw materials that are available right in front of your eyes. You can pick it up from your garden. It all starts there. You can cut down the amount of packaging materials and the waste materials that when you're sourcing it from outside rather than you can get it here itself. In formulating, as I said previously, all the chemicals, those chemicals that end up in ocean as microplastic, those kind of chemicals can be avoided and alternate a lot of biopolymers are available readily from plant sources. So formulation also has to be ethical and moral. The primary packaging is something that you cannot prevent. What you can do is make it as minimum plastic as possible. You know, when you're buying a cream, you have bottle that your cream is housed inside. And you have a label which says, you know, the expiry date and the manufacturing date. And you also have the ingredients at the back of it. What more do you want that is not here and is available in the outer box? This cream is again put into a box where it may be a biodegradable corrugated box that comes as secondary packaging for this cream. But what is not there inside, what is there here in the cream? Maybe 2 or 3 other things that you can go and check it out in the website to get those informations, right? Okay. So why I'm saying is, if that box that your cream container comes with is completely biodegradable, I'm fine with it. It's okay. But if it is not, if it is going to be having a very thin film of plastic to prevent moisture, water moisture from spoiling it, then what is the point in having that cardboard box at all? So forget about this. Is the secondary packaging that I'm talking about. There comes the most horrible thing later. After you place the order, you get it with 500 grams plus packaging material, having a lot of bubble wrap around it, plastic bubble wrap. It comes, your 50 grams of cream comes with a 500 or at least 300 grams of packaging materials when you order it online. Where you can do a difference, make a difference, is go directly to a store nearby and buy your product. Walk and go. That will also be very good for the planet. If it is very available right next to you, or maybe less than 1 kilometer from your home or office, try sourcing your needs from nearby shops. Whatever is there in the nearby shop, settle with it. So that way we can reduce our plastic generation. Stop ordering online. It comes with a lot of useless packaging. All that things that you just take out, rip it off and take your product out. These things are just discarded into the dustbin right after you take out your product, which pains me when I see that. So these are the things that I wanted to say, and how this plastic industry is making you so motionless between playing a part into capitalism and consumerism. You're stuck in between the two. I'm telling you, come out of it. Look at it from the outside. The consumerism, capitalism. When you look at it from outside, not being a part of the two, then you come to know, you realize the things that are going on in it. Trust me, a natural alternative for all the chemicals that are present in your personal care products. You can always go back and check the literature surveys and then choose wisely. Thank you for your time.